Hi, I'm Adam, VP of Innovation at SquaredUp. And as a former Microsoft Systems engineer, oh boy, do I know the challenges of monitoring a large scale on prem environment. In this segment, I'm joined by Thomas from DSV. DSV are a Danish transport and logistics provider who've been using SquaredUp for a few years now on top of SCOM. Thomas has recently upgraded to Dashboard Server version 7 and is absolutely loving it. And Thomas is going to share his story on how DSV used Dashboard Server on top of SCOM to monitor DSV's global network of Active Directory servers, as well as a number of other key Microsoft technologies. Let's hand over to Thomas. Thomas, maybe you could just introduce yourself and tell everybody about what you do.
Sure. My name is Thomas. I will not pronounce my surname. I work in DSV, a small company with 160,000 employees. I work barely, well, only with SCOM, and actually SquaredUp has been my responsibility for some time now. And we are trying to build all the things that we can in SCOM. It's not easy, but we are trying. And therefore we are using SquaredUp a lot. All our technicians all around the world is using SquaredUp for the big overview of their responsibilities.
Nice. And I mean, you've been using SquaredUp for quite a while.
Yeah,
Quite
4
a while
years
now.
now.
4 years, yeah. So I don't know, maybe it's too historic a question, but what were the sort of the usual challenges you would have had before having SquaredUp? I mean, the SCOM console, right? That's got to be challenge one.
I was in the Danish police where we didn't have any dashboard application, and I tried to make the technicians actually use the SCOM console, and it was impossible. And it was very difficult for me to build what they actually wanted. So it's a huge improvement to actually have an application that easy and that people understand and can use. And it only takes me a few minutes to actually build a dashboard. In the Danish police, it was a job could take months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, lots of fun with SQL Server reporting services.
exactly.
And, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear that SquareUp solves a lot of problems. So the reason we're talking is because you entered our dashboard competition. You submitted a really cool Active Directory dashboard. Just before we take a look at it, obviously you're monitoring lots of Windows servers. Are there any other sort of interesting technologies that you're using to monitor, or using other tools to monitor?
No, really
No.
not. No, we are SCOM and SquaredUp.
Yeah, and with in the environment you're monitoring, is it all Windows servers?
We also have Unix and Linux.
Yeah. Okay. And how about the cloud or SaaS tools what are you using?
We are starting to use AWS, and we are still monitoring as a normal server. We still have our SCOM agents on it, so basically we can see if it's in AWS or it's on-prem.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. Interesting. And so you've taken that sort of classic monitoring approach. Then, like you said, you've put the agent on. Are you using any of the other sort of built-in? Is anybody interested in that sort of thing, or is it literally just a sort of a start of looking at the cloud?
in time, maybe, but at the moment we're still fighting. We actually bought a quite huge company in Germany, Schenker, and we are going to implement all their servers also. So it will be too big a step to actually try to change Schenker and change us. So now we are just focused on getting them in and on board.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So sort of keeping what you've got because it works really
Exactly.
well.
Yeah.
Potentially with a little bit of future exploration of new technologies. Are there
Exactly.
just out of interest? Are there other teams within DSV who do sort of similar work but in different areas? Do you have developers or anybody
do.
working in?
Yeah, we actually have a small team. I'm not quite sure how many they are. We have a huge Citrix environment, and they're using Zabbix, and I think they are building most of the monitoring themselves. Otherwise, it's only Michael and I who has our 8,000 servers and applications in SCOM, and therefore also in SquaredUp.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, that's a pretty high ratio of pretty low ratio of servers to people. So yeah, I'm glad I'm glad SquaredUp helps you out there.
Yes.
Maybe we could take a look at the dashboard that you shared for the competition. You said just before we started recording it was your first Visio.
Yeah, my first Visio.
Dashboard.
So this is actually the new version 7, and it's this is one of the. I know it's so simple, but this we have been missing for so long to actually be able to hide the menu. We have it now, so I'm happy.
Good.
So let's see. I think it was this one. Nope, that's not it. Here it is.
That's the one. Yeah.
This is the main dashboard for our AD guys. Basically, it's all they have to look at in the morning when they get in. There's basically all our zones, Citrix zones, common zones. We have all our certificates. We actually have an error here, 2 errors. But this is so simple.
Yeah.
And it shows so lot. It shows a lot of things.
Who would who typically looks at this dashboard? Who's it for?
The AD from core services.
Fine. So you wanted it to just be nice and straightforward. You know,
yes.
If it's not green, click on it, see why.
Exactly. Actually, we get the alert details not for the certificates, but all the other alerts you will see out here to the right. Mm-hmm. But this is very simple, and it looks good, very simple, but it shows a lot. And again, we have a lot of people in DSV, so this is the main controllers from all over the world, and it's very simple to see if something is wrong. Yeah,
it's definitely sort of impactful. Would that be? Is it something that sort of individuals look at in that team? Do they have it up on a wall screen? Or?
We have it on big screens.
Nice. Okay. I can imagine it looks pretty sweet. Good use of images, and definitely sort of just nice visual representation.
And I played a little bit with Visio. You can actually see the certificates changing colors.
That's nice.
That is cool. Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, that's a very nice little detail. Very nice detail. So for anyone watching this, obviously we're looking at Dashboard Server here. You've been using SquaredUp Cloud? You have access to it.
Yes.
What would it take in sort of your environment for SquaredUp Cloud to sort of take over from Dashboard Server, or do you see a long-term future of them both working together, or
working together?
Working together,
yeah. Because some of the plugins you have in the cloud version now, we can actually use that.
Yeah.
So I've actually been running a small, small email communication with you, because I will like to collect some of the data in your cloud, SquaredUp Cloud, and then I want to get the data back to SCOM, so I can actually raise some alerts on it. We are fully integrated with the ServiceNow, so all alerts has to be raised as an incident in ServiceNow. So I wanted to be able to actually get the data back from the cloud to on-prem SCOM, so I can raise the alerts. And it should be possible. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it absolutely is possible. I mean, I was just going to say the way that we've built SquaredUp Cloud is you could, in theory, just use it as an API to aggregate data. So if had some PowerShell monitoring running on-prem in SCOM, just calling SquaredUp's Cloud API to get aggregated data, absolutely, I mean, that's a really cool use case. Because like you say, it's very easy to add a plugin. It's very easy to build a dashboard for that cloud data. But to keep that sort of consistency between the two to have that raw data in SCOM for your own alerting. Yeah, that's a really cool use case. If there's anybody sort of watching this who has maybe just started using SquaredUp, either dashboard server or cloud, is there some what would be your big sell for SquaredUp? How would you convince them that it's the right tool to use?
My own opinion, it will be all the plugins. Definitely. There's nothing wrong in using SquaredUp on-prem, and there's nothing wrong doing it in the cloud. But the plugins, they make a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's things that we don't even have thought about. We can all of a sudden start to see we can maybe get some data in. So plugins.
Nice. Just make it very easy to connect and integrate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well,
easy to sell to management. I can just send a link to SquaredUp website and see we can actually monitor this. So
that's great to hear. Yeah, I'm very pleased that it works out for you and that you're sort of making the most of both tools to get the solution that you want out of it. Yeah,
but
brilliant. Well,
I'm not 100% in the cloud yet. We're still in testing, but we are going to be there next year at least.
Yeah, I mean, for additional context, we have loads of customers who are working with SquaredUp just in the same way you are, and where cloud is proving really sort of valuable to those customers is that sort of executive dashboarding, right? They can surface things from SCOM, from dashboard server into cloud, and the other way around, of course. But yeah, some of those integrations for the business tools, we've got SharePoint, Salesforce, those broader business tools. Yeah, make SquaredUp Cloud a really nice choice for the sort of the management dashboards, so that they don't have to get their hands on your lovely SCOM dashboards in dashboard server. Yeah, great. Well, thanks for sharing your story, Thomas, and glad to see you using version 7 already, and it's looking pretty slick.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Thomas for sharing his story there. Really great to see the delight from having figured out how to make his own Visios that can change color when health state changes. Nice little touches like that make all the difference. Also really great to see that some other key enhancements in Dashboard Server v7 are really improving quality of life for him. If you have any feedback on the product on Dashboard Server, please get in touch, adam@squareup.com. And if you have a similarly interesting story about how you're using SquaredUp with SCOM, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.